Good morning, sunshines. Callie Carroll, kind of on the go, but on the stop, because I was going and then I stopped. I need one of like those props for my phone so I can just go live while I'm driving and not look at you guys, but I don't have that yet. So anyways, as you guys jump on, say good morning, sunshine, hashtag GMS, share me what you are grateful for today. That's how we start off every good morning, sunshine. So I am sitting here, first of all, good morning, sunshines, well said. And today, you guys, I am grateful for, let's just think of some great things. Oh my gosh. You guys want to be grateful for these guys with me? Look at them. They're alpacas. Hold on. I think I can turn you guys around. Let's be grateful for these alpacas that are right here on my street. I literally am grateful that I live in farm town right next to city town, because also look at the million cars passing. Not that I love those, but grateful for those, grateful for where I live, grateful for my little dirt road that I live on, even though it's this bumpy. Like it stimulates your body though as you drive over it though. So I'm grateful for that. That sounded weird. Anyways, I'm grateful for that. And then listening to your gratitudes today on a Wednesday, we do touch base with our visualization. What are you doing to visualize on a regular basis? Hi, Miss Christy. What do you do to visualize on a regular basis to create the life of your dreams? Which, by the way, happens to kind of tie into our conversation today, which is a classic quote, a quote I have heard literally millions of times by none other than a personal development guru, Jim Rohn. And good morning, Brittany. Good morning, Alicia. How are you guys? And I was thinking about it. I was talking to my team about this morning, right? We were diving into an inventory of where we're at in our lives and where we want to progress in our worlds and our current here and our current there and how to get there. And then diving into the conversation that in order for things to change in your life, you guys, you have to be the one to the change. Like, it's not the responsibility for others to change or for situations to change, because those are outside of your circumstance. In order for things to change in your life, you have to be the one to change. You have to be the one to get better. Don't worry, I'm just stepping on slippers. Not a big deal. Just go ahead and throw those over there. And it's something I'm so familiar with, but I realize there's probably a lot of you guys that have never heard that quote. So I'm curious, first of all, have you already heard that quote? Right? Did you know who it was by? Thank you so much, Miss Jody. I know I'm like totally taken back to 80s all the time now, which I love. Did you know who said that? Do you know who Jim Rohn is? All right, so here's the thing, you guys. Jim Rohn, a leader in the personal development industry. If you've ever read any sort of self-help book, that's what this is. Mel Robbins, Tony Robbins, not related, by the way. At least I don't think. No, they're not. Gabrielle, who am I listening to right now? I don't know. Grant Cardone. All of these guys are personal development. And actually, Jim Rohn, who was an industry leader previously, he trained people up like Tony Robbins, right? And has incredible wealth of knowledge. And one of the major things he's famous for is saying and delivering the message of, for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. And this is going to be short and sweet, you guys, because the message just makes sense. Also, witness crying, right? Jim Rohn, yes, you are so correct, Alicia. You are beautiful and wonderful. It's so perfect. It's short and sweet because it just makes sense. Okay, so I want you to just take a moment and think of an area in your life where you have where you have a vision, somewhere where you want to grow, right? Do you want to get better at your health, your energy, your physical body, your space, right? Do you want to get better in your mindset, a better attitude, higher level conversations, more happiness? Do you want to get better in your industry, progress, get a raise, move to the next position, right? Level up in your finances? Do you want to get better in your relationships? And as you think about this, anywhere that you guys are looking for advancement, anywhere where you want to have growth, the only way for getting from here to there is for you to get just a little bit better. Just a little bit better, you guys. Every single day, right? And we opened up our call this morning with the coaches talking about how generally this isn't some sort of like grand master, amazing, huge event. Usually it's little baby actions that progress you in the right direction, making you better. getting you to that point one step at a time. Because the thing is, you guys, in a here to there, in a full-on vision, it's not like you take the flight simulator, right, Jody, and just like jump to the other side. Good afternoon, sunshine. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, airplanes. I'm not sure, Casey. I liked it. It's not like you just jump from here to there, right? You have to take steps across the way. And you just have to work on becoming a better you. So if you want more in your life, what actions can you take to becoming better yourself, right? To improving yourself. Stop worrying about everybody else and their actions. Stop worrying about how they're showing up to life. How are you showing up to life? How are you showing up to your personal health? If you're on a health journey, how are you showing up? How did you show up this morning? What have you done so far today for yourself? Right? What have you done for your health? What have you eaten? When did you wake up? How did you wake up when the alarm went off? What exercise have you done so far today? How are you showing up for you? How are you getting just a little bit better every single day? If you're trying to progress in your job, in your career, what are you doing to go above and beyond? Right? What are you doing to show up? What are you doing to learn more about your career? Learn more about your clients. Learn more and show up and provide better service in whatever you're doing. How are you getting better every single day? There's a question for you, right? If you're wanting to be better in your relationships, what are you doing to become better in your relationships? How are you showing up to conversations? How are you showing up to your spouse? You say you want to have a better marriage, but what are you doing yourself? Not how are they going to show up better? How are you going to show up better? And that one's tricky, especially in relationships, because you're like, shouldn't they be showing up different? You guys, that's not where it starts. You can't control their actions. All you can do is control you and how you show up and how you would improve. And when you start to do that, it's pretty amazing how everything around you starts to fall in place. So today's mission, okay, is to think about an area in your life where you want to improve, where you want to go from here to there, and then acknowledge, go look in the mirror and have a little chatty chat with yourself and say, hey girl, for that to get better, you have to get better. For your job to improve, for your relationship to improve, for your health to improve, for your mindset to improve, for your happiness to improve, for your finances to improve, you have to improve. You have to make the effort. You have to take the step in the right direction instead of waiting for somebody else. This is called ownership today, you guys. It's all about ownership. And, stop passing the buck, the first of the 7 decisions, right? Stop passing the buck. Own it. Own yourself and your actions and see how things to try to start to progress in your life. Here's what I want you guys to do because we're about to be done. If you have made progression in your life, can you brag for a second in a good way so that you can inspire other people? What have you done to get better where it showed up in your life? What have you done for your personal health, for your mindset health, for your finances? What have you done? How have you shown up for yourself? I would love to hear and I would love to see you guys inspire others, right? And if you're committed to growth, just say, I'm committed to me, right? I'm committed to just being 1% better every single day. You guys, super simple yet powerful message today. I gotta go. Win John's ready to get to the maze. I love you guys. Good morning, sunshines. I hope you have a beautiful day. Light and love from my dirt road to yours. Callie Carroll. Bye, guys.